playing some Payday 2, we gotta look into the new skill trees that have now just launched into beta. Back
Hey
up your
everybody, Crash
shares.
Basher 104 here, and we're gonna look at the new skills Payday 2. I actually already made a ghost build, stealth build, and very cheap. I already have 30 points to spend.
Oh yeah. Please note, changes have been made to the skill tree. All your skills have been reset and your skill points as well as your cash has been refunded. Thanks, Overkill. Alright, let's go into the inventory and check them out. Oh, alrighty, that is a revamp. It's not even the old skill tree anymore, it's literally tiers. And it's gonna be much easier to get through those tiers. I mean, when your max at tier 3 is 3 points each, you've got a lot more options to work with. And of course, there's something for every single one. So, of course, we want to start something. Okay, so let's take a look at some.
There are not a lot of things implemented in Technician.
So let's take a look at some of the individual perks and see what has changed. Like, for example, we have Endurance, which increases cable ties and allows you to tie them faster. So you get 6 cable ties and 75% faster cable tie usage with basic.
And
not just ASIC anymore. But with Ace, you get increased stamina and crew stamina now.
also, Dominator is a basic skill you already have. You
Now
already
we gain even more accuracy with apparently a new skill from the sharpshooter tree called Stable Shot, which just increases weapon stability of all weapons. Ace gives you 16 weapon accuracy while standing still. Wow.
which is not a good thing.
And then Cable Guy. Now there's better range and intimidation. And now you can have 2 converted enemies. 2! Because now Dominator Basic is now automatically applied. No matter what. And then for Joker, is pretty much the same. Now, Stockholm Syndrome, 7 civilians are intimidated by the noise you make and remain intimidated 50% longer. Meh. Let's see what Ace does. Your hostages will not flee when they have been rescued by law enforcers. Whenever you get into custody, your hostages will trade themselves for your safe return. So this can only occur during assaults, but only one time. During assaults.
Yep.
Oh my god. Do
Pretty
you realize how much more useful civilians are going to be now?
You realize how useful Stockholm Syndrome is now?
Yes, it's not useless anymore. Instead of, oh, hey, civilian, can you come here and possibly get me up and possibly give me ammo? Now, they can rescue me out of fucking custody. Holy shit. That's pretty big. And then partner in crime is pretty much relatively the same,
Holy
although
crap.
there might be a slight increase
Look
in
at
speed.
painkillers. Remember it was just 30%? Like-
Painkillers is now 30% less damage, 30% damage less now, instead of 10% of what it used to be. And now the max is by an additional 50%. Holy crap.
That's 80%.
And that's after reviving them for 5 seconds only. I think no, it was exactly like 10% and whatnot. And then we have Quick Fix, which is first aid. Now it's for first aid kits and Doctor Bag deploy time. So they're both combined to one skill. And the Ace version has so that first aid kits or Doctor Bags take, once you revive them, or once you use a first aid kit or Doctor Bag, you take less damage for 10 seconds. So that's kind of already been in effect before, but meh. But now in Mastermind, you have a choice between first aid kits or Doctor Bags, or both. Because, I mean, now, as it looks here, it's pretty much uppers is basically first aid kits like before, but it looks like they've added your deployed first aid kits will be automatically used if a player is downed within a 5-meter radius of the first aid kit. That's pretty useful.
That's
So basically, it's just like you get down, you get instant health all the way maxed. That's good. And then Doctor Bags are still just the same. Why would you need to change that? Now for Inspire,
the same.
pretty much the same. You revive crew members 50% faster, although, yeah. Inspire is the same. Why would you need to change it? It's already pretty OP as is. I I mean, you could slightly reduce the chance, but, it's one of those niche things. And then Sharpshooter is definitely going to be one of the newer ones. Rifleman is pretty much the same. Marksman looks to have some extra accuracy for everything, especially SMGs, assault rifles, and sniper rifles. Spotter teamwork, enemies 15% more damage. It used to be, I think, only 5%, maybe 10%. Now it's 15. That's not too bad.
What are you talking
Enemies
about?
you mark. Now enemies you mark can take an additional 50% damage when further away than 25 meters. Ooh, that's gonna be useful for some snipers, but not like snipers themselves. Like, oh, a cloaker or tasers that far away, one shot.
Or Dozer.
And then there's aggressive reload, which is increase the reload speed with assault rifles by 15%, and then any killing headshot will reduce your reload time by 40% for 2 seconds. And that's any killing headshot. Wow.
Can only be triggered by an SMG.
SMGs, assault rifles, or sniper rifles fired in single shots.
So like the M308.
Yeah, which I use all the freaking time. And then ammo efficiency. Getting 3 headshots in less than 6 seconds will refund 1 bullet.
Not that
But
useful.
only by, again, the same type of weapons. And then getting 2 headshots in a row will refund 1 bullet. Or getting 2 headshots now will refund 1 bullet. So every time you get headshots, you can just get more ammo and more ammo.
Press S.
S. Oh, okay. There is now a dedicated button for skills and perk sets now. So you can now press down basically, and you can access your skills. So it's still there, except they've added new requirements to them instead of just having them right off the bat afterwards. Well, actually, I think this is because of the complete reset for the beta, that because the progress might be messed up or somewhat, because it probably doesn't think well, it should think I'm infamous at this point, but apparently they've reset it so that I can have 2 sets right off the bat, since the other one's free of charge. Then one of them requires 1 million offshore, and then the other 2 aren't there until level 100, which I find somewhat odd. Of course, that'll probably be looked into later, but enough of Mastermind, let's get on to Enforcer and see what they've done. Underdog, pretty much the same. Now it starts at the bottom. Then we have Shotgun CQB. They might have buffed that a little bit, but I don't really see much. Shotgun Impact, pretty much the same, although I think they've actually nerfed a bit of the shotgun damage. It used to be, instead of just 10% more, there used to be like 40%. Now it's 35% more damage.
No, that was the same.
Okay, maybe it was the same, I just don't remember. Then we have another new perk called Far Away. Your accuracy bonus while aiming down sights with shotguns is increased by 40%.
Useless.
And with Ace, you gain a 50% increased effective range with shotguns when aiming down sights. So,
useless.
Next, Close By. You can now hip fire with your shotguns while sprinting. You can hip fire shotguns while sprinting?
Whoa! Look at Aced! Close by, look at Aced.
Your rate of fire is increased by 35% while firing from the hip with single-shot shotguns. Shotguns with magazines have their magazine sizes increased by 15 shells. 15? Holy crap.
So like
And then
the
Overkill's pretty much
Yzma?
the same.
So like the Yzma, or does that include the Rheinfeld or the locomotive? Because those aren't magazines, those are individual shells.
And then now we have Oppressor. Oppressor used to be all about threatening enemies. Now it's like your armor recovers 15% faster, and it also reduces the visual effect direction of
Yes!
threatening. This time by 75%. So now Aced basically does what Flash Resistance does. Fully aced.
I love that.
Then we have Die Hard. You take 50% less damage while interacting with objects, which is now an Enforcer perk. It used to be a Technician perk, now it's Enforcer. And then increase the armor of all ballistic vests by 20, which actually used to be a Fugitive perk. And then Transporter, usual stuff. You can throw bags 50% further, that's usual. And then for each 10 armor points, the bag movement penalty is reduced by 1%. So less armor is better if you're moving bags now. I guess fair enough.
I think there was a... What was that skill?
Now we have usual bulletproof recovery rate, same. Melee or shoot shields with a chance to get
You
knocked
have Bullseye
over.
now.
Chance depends on the damage of the used weapon.
You have Bullseye for Enforcer now.
Yeah, Bullseye is now an Enforcer perk. Regenerate 10 armor for each successful headshot, can occur more than 2 seconds. Or, having it aced, you regenerate an additional 25 armor for each headshot. So, 35 armor, which is good enough to replenish a complete amount of light combat vest once. But, I mean, if you have the ICTV, it'll recover it. So, 35 from 170, that'll recover it 5 times over. But that can only occur every 2 seconds. But that's still pretty good. And then Iron Man, of course, has actually reversed the roles, so it makes it so that getting the ICTV is aced instead. So it actually improves armor so you can absorb 40% more damage, so from 170 you get 40% more.
They gave aced Iron Man to aced Bulletproof.
And then aced Iron Man, of course, is ICTV. Then we have Ammo Specialist, we have Scavenging, gain a 50% increased ammo box pickup range, so might be able to get ammo pickups.
That's good for Gambler.
Better. Yeah, good for Gambler, I would think. Every 6 enemy you kill will drop an extra ammo box. I don't know how useful that will be until it actually is tried out. And that's every 6th enemy. But you never know. If you kill a lot of enemies, it might be beneficial, but who knows. And then Bulletstorm, pretty much the same, although it looks like they have increased the amount in usage of Bulletstorm. Directly after you deploy an ammo bag, you can fire a weapon for 5 seconds without depleting ammo, or aced, you can fire 15 seconds longer without depleting ammo. And that's just from getting an ammo bag. So you can fire continuously for 20 seconds. Twice the amount of Swan Song. Aced. I don't know what it is right now. We'll have to get to that in a second. Oh, and Portable Saw is much sooner you can get it. So you can get Portable Saw on the 2nd tier. So Basic gets you the saw, and then Ace gives you 1 extra saw blade and better saw efficiency. Then on the 3rd tier of this one, we have Ammo Specialist, usual stuff.
Hey, I found a glitch.
Blade, usual stuff. Then Fully Loaded, total ammo capacity, and then Aced has a long description. Increases the amount of ammo you gain from ammo boxes by 75%. You also get a 5% base chance to get a throwable from an ammo box. The base chance is increased by 1% for each ammo box you pick up that's not...
Infinite Molotovs!
When a throwable has been found, the chance is reset to its base value. Note, does not work with custom shotgun ammo and does not stack with the perk deck skill Walking Closet. So now let's take a look and see how they've buffed Technician. Starting with the Engineer, we have Defense Up. Your sentry guns cost 56% of your current ammo to deploy. That is quite a bit of ammo. Also, your sentry guns gain a protective shield when you ace it. Then we have Sentry Targeting Package, just better accuracy. We already know about that one. Eco Sentry, your sentry guns cost 48% of your current ammo to deploy, so it's somewhat less. And then also gains increased health if you ace it. Then in Engineering, now you can select a less noisy version of the sentry guns, making them much less likely to be targeted by enemies. That could be useful. And you can now toggle AP rounds under aced on your sentry guns, lowering the rate of fire by 75% but increasing damage by 250%. And it pierces through enemies and shields. Yes. Yes, thank you. Jack of all trades, you're deploying and interact with all deployables 50% faster. Holy crap. It's like any deployables. Like first aid kits.
I can bring medic bags and ammo?
And it deploys half as quick. So you could deploy that stuff in 1.5 seconds. Done. And then Ace, you can now equip a second deployable to bring with you. The second deployable has 50% less use than normal.
I can bring meds and ammo.
Holy shit. Wow. And then we have Tower Defense. You can now carry an extra sentry gun, or Ace, you can now carry an additional 3. Which means instead of just 2, you can carry up to 6.
Oh lord, our ears are going to suffer.
Next, we have Breacher. We have Hardware Expert. You fix usual fixing of drills, which is 25% faster. They are now silent, basic Civilians and guards have to see the drills in order to get alerted. So 1 point gets you fixed drills and saws 25% faster and silent drills. Just right off the bat. And aced gives your drill and saws a 10% chance to automatically restart after breaking, which is very small, but still, it's better than nothing. Combat Engineer is not implemented yet. Drill Sergeant, because puns, is just the usual better drilling and sawing efficiency.
Oh, I can't name my skill
available.
sets.
Then Kickstarter. Your drills and saws gain an additional 20% chance to automatically restart. And then Aced, you gain the ability to restart a drill by hitting it with a melee attack. I've waited for... Wait, hold on.
You can inspire drills.
I joked about that for so long, and now it's a feature. You gain the ability to restart a drill by hitting it with melee. And you get 1 chance for each time it breaks with a 50% success rate.
That piece of shit drill, keep hitting it.
So my joke... Wait, what? So my joke became an actual perk for aced fire control.
Yeah.
Oh, aced... Actually, wait a minute. Where'd that... Aced Kickstarter. I can't believe it. It's finally reality. We can inspire drills now. Sure, it's 50%, but still, it's better than fucking nothing. I mean, 1 chance for each time it breaks with a 50% success rate. It means if the drill's close to done, you might as well just melee it. It's like, stupid fucking drill won't work, just melee the fucker. Alright, let's move on to Oppressor. We have the usual steady grip, better weapon accuracy and stability. Heavy impact, your shots have a 20% chance to knock down enemies, or aced, your shots now have a 60% chance to knock down enemies. So pretty much any regular weapon has the ability to knock down enemies with heavy impact. I don't know what the effects would be, especially on tasers, cloakers, and dozers.
You know, in Payday the Heist, you know how in Payday the Heist, when you shot an enemy, they would be like, "Oh, I got shot, I'm knocked down," and maybe that's like it.
I guess. Then we have fire control. Gain 12 weapon accuracy while firing from the hip. That's pretty good. You gain a decreased accuracy penalty when shooting while moving by 20%. So while you're moving, you get better accuracy. Sort of. I don't know how useful.
Look at Shock and Awe.
Shock and Awe. You can now hip fire with your weapons while sprinting. Used to be a fugitive skill, now it's a technician one. But
you
also
can hip fire your weapons while sprinting?
No.
Wait, wasn't hip fire while sprinting Iron Man?
I don't think so. Because there was a fugitive perk that was specifically all about sprinting. But maybe... Oh, wait. Yeah, that might have actually been Iron Man.
That was Iron Man, wasn't it? Because...
I'm thinking of the one perk where you can sprint in all directions.
Oh, that's Ghost. That was,
that was
moving
fugitive.
Target, but they got rid of that, and now it's Evasion.
So Shock and Awe aced, killing 2 enemies with submachine guns, light machine guns, and rifles fired in automatic mode will reduce your next reload time by up to 60%.
Now think about that. Think.
By 1%.
How fast do LMGs load? Reload?
Not very. This bonus is reduced by 1% for each bullet above 20 in the total magazine size, down to a minimum of 20% reload time reduction.
So it's 40%.
No, it's a minimum of 20%.
Oh.
So it basically just starts at 20 and then has depending on the amount for each bullet above 20 in the total magazine size.
That is an interesting skill.
We'll have to see about that. And then we have fast fire. Your submachine guns, light machine guns, and rifles gain 15 more bullets in the magazine. This does not affect the shock and awe
that's good.
base skill. You gain the ability to pierce body armor with fast fire.
Whoa, wait, hold on, do we have perk decks? We do have perk decks. I crashed.
Probably because they didn't want you to do that. Then we have
I
body
crashed!
Okay, this might be the most interesting. This might be interesting. Body expertise. 18.75% of the enemy's headshot multiplier is applied to the enemy's body. This skill is only activated by submachine guns, light machine guns, or rifles fired in automatic, or when you ace it, is applied to the enemy's body. This skill is only activated by submachine guns, light machine guns, or rifles fired in automatic mode. That might be interesting for extra damage from those weapons. And now we have Of course, stealth with the ghost build. Here, there's Sixth Sense, which increases the time until you start getting detected while in casing mode by 25%. You can also mark enemies while in casing mode, typical stuff. Ace, you can pick up items while in casing mode. You also gain 30% more value to items in cache that you pick up. So, this is basically Sixth Sense and Dead Presidents right off the bat.
Nice.
Just right off. So, that's good. Then we have Cleaner. You gain additional body bag in your inventory, and you gain the ability to carry one more in addition to the gained body bag. Or Ace, you get 2 more. So you have 4 body bags that you can have in total?
Gain the ability to place 2 body bag cases. Gain the ability to carry 1 more body bag.
2 body bag cases. So let's see. Chameleon, you gain the ability to automatically mark enemies.
Oh,
That's
do we...
typical.
Wait.
So
do we have body bag cases already with just...
So let's see. Let's see. You get an additional body bag in your inventory, and you gain the ability to carry 1 more body bag in addition to the gained body bag. So that would be 2 already. And then the Ace is the ability to place body bag cases. So I guess there used to be only 1 body bag case before?
No, there was 2. But that was Undertaker Aced, but now we have Undertaker.
That must be what it is for Cleaner now. That's basically Undertaker Aced. Then we have Undertaker, which is you gain the ability to loop 1 camera for 25 seconds, temporarily disabling it from detecting you and your crew.
Yep, it's
only 1 camera though.
Yeah, it was.
But I mean,
it was
25 seconds though.
No. It was the same in the previous game, but what it used to be was Ace would give you 20 seconds.
But now it's an extra 5.
Or just basic.
And now Aced also includes lockpicking 50% faster. You also gain the ability to lockpick safes. Yes. Yes, please, and thank you.
I can't change from Burglar. I'm stuck on Burglar.
And then, of course, we have ECM Overdrive, which is ECM Jammer feedback duration, blah, blah, blah. Your ECM Jammer can now be used to open certain electronic doors. So now you have to go through the ECM Jammer and feedback, and then also to open doors on top of that with ECM Overdrive.
Oh, that's weird. They don't have this skill where you can, like,
And now, ECM Specialist is where you get your ECM Jammers, including the ECM Jammer duration increased by additional 25 and the ECM feedback by 25. Pagers are delayed by the ECM Jammer, obviously.
That's
then
weird.
We have Commando.
They don't have the thing where you have, like, 4 minutes per feedback. They don't have that anymore.
I guess not. That wasn't really a skill we really used all that often anyways. It might have been useful in certain situations, but majority of the time you never really used it, never really noticed. Then Commando, we have Duck and Cover. Your stamina starts regenerating 25% earlier and 25% faster. You also sprint 25% faster. On top of that, Ace gives you a 25% increased chance to dodge while sprinting. And you also gain 15% dodge to dodge while crouching or ziplining, which is just basically a multitude of skills in one. Then we have Evasion, which is you gain 10% additional movement speed and 20% ladder climbing speed. That's 2 in 1, basically.
That's a whole bunch of fugitive into this.
Yeah. And then you have Ace, which is gain the ability to sprint in any direction. Your fall damage is also reduced by 75%, and you only take armor damage from falling from non-fatal heights, which is, of course, more combinations of ghost skills.
Wasn't it Cat Burglar, and then...
Yeah, tons of skills just mixed in.
Man, Ghost got really buffed.
And then Thick Skin is all about concealment. So here we have increases the concealment of melee weapons by 2 for basic. Ace gives you increased concealment of all ballistic vests by 4.
That's interesting.
So you might be able to get away with certain vests than just having a suit, but that's if you're not going dodge build, of course. Then we have Dire Need, which looks pretty brand new.
I can change my perk
When your
tag.
armor is depleted, the first shot on any enemies will cause those enemies to stagger. This effect ends when your armor regenerates, which is about 3 seconds, maybe more. So it's like, so your armor gets depleted, then you fire a shot at an enemy, then they stagger. And then it ends when it regenerates completely. On Aced, this effect persists for 6 seconds after your armor has regenerated. That could be useful.
Look, shockproof.
And shockproof, the taser's shock attack has a 30% chance.
Oh, they decreased
backfire on
that.
target. Yeah, they decreased it. They did a nerf. causing the taser to be knocked back, so not as good of chances. Ace, though, when tased, you are able to free yourself from the taser by interacting with it within 2 seconds of getting tased.
That's the same.
Yeah, I never really
At
knew that.
least it's lower tiered.
And of course, Sneaky Bastards, the usual, gain a 1% dodge chance for every 3 points of concealment of under 35 up to 10%, or 1% on Ace. Then we have Silent Killer. Camouflage, you are less likely to be targeted. Ace now gives you the chance to be 30% less likely to be targeted when you're close.
That was Chameleon, wasn't it?
Yeah, they used to be Chameleon, and it was just 15%.
And it used to be the thing. Oh yeah, there's Chameleon. It used to be the thing where you could like mark guards while you're in casing mode.
Optical illusions, not yet available. Love to see what that would do. The Professional, usual weapon stability, and 100% snap to zoom speed with sonic weapons.
Rounds.
Low blow, the usual. You gain 3% critical hit chance for every 3 points of concealment under 35.
Holy crap, 3%?
Not
It used
just
to be
one.
just 1!
Not just 1%, 3%.
That means we get up to 35? Oh wait. Wait, hold on.
So Ace gives you gain 3% critical hit chance for every 1 point of concealment under 35 up to 30%.
You used to have just 10%. Dang. They buffed Ghost to flippin' powerful.
Then we have subsonic rounds. You deal 7.5% more damage with all silent weapons, and then another 7.5 for Ace. Unseen Strike. This is probably a new one as well. If you do not lose any armor or health for 4 seconds, you gain 35% critical hit chance for 6 seconds.
And the critical hit chance increased to 18 seconds.
On Ace. Holy crap.
Could you imagine having what was it, Bulletstorm with a Judge HE rounds and this skill?
Oh my. Oh my.
I think a nuke would happen.
And that's if you don't lose any armor or health for 4 seconds.
Fugitive is a really interesting one.
So basically it has to happen whenever you are in cover, not being shot, and have to wait basically about the same amount of time you would if you were in stealth trying to mark out guards from walls.
Look at Fugitive.
Now, finally Fugitive. Equilibrium. Decreases the time it takes to draw out holster pistols by 80%.
It used to be 100.
Whoa. Used to be 100, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So they nerfed that. Then gain 8 weapon accuracy with pistols. Typical stuff. Gun nut. Your pistol magazine sizes will increase by 5 bullets. Meh. Gain a 100% increased rate of fire.
Hey look, Akimbo's right
Akimbo
there.
is now on tier 2. That's very interesting. Your Akimbo weapons stability penalty, the usual stuff, reduced by 8. Your Akimbo weapons stability penalty is reduced additional 8, and they also have 50% increased ammo. Typical stuff, but now it's in tier 2 instead of being top tier item.
And
So
being
that's
not
great.
worth it.
Custom ammo. You deal 5 additional damage with pistols, or you deal 15 additional damage with pistols, whatever.
So it's like Gunslinger Aced.
Yeah. Desperado. Each successful pistol hit gives you a 10% increased accuracy bonus for 10 seconds and can stack to 4 times. Aced gives you the ability to reload pistols 50% faster.
So they split Gunslinger.
Yeah,
And they
right.
gave basic Trigger Happy. Wait, what's Trigger Happy?
Trigger Happy is pretty much the same, except they made it so that each successful pistol hit grants 20% damage boost instead of 10.
For 2
And that's
seconds.
for 2 seconds and can stack 4 times, so it can be up to 80% now, which is just like if you were to ace it, but now in basic form.
Could you imagine using the Bronco on a dozer with that skill?
Oh my.
Like
One,
bang, bang, bang.
Maybe 2 shots.
And keep in mind, we can use crits.
But now they've increased the damage boost duration to 10. Didn't it used to be like 5, or was it 10 before?
It was damage boost duration to 10. I think it was basic. You would get a 10% damage boost, stack it to 4 times for 2 seconds. This is basic. And Ace would increase the duration to 8 seconds. That was
So
it.
this makes it slightly better. Then we have 9 lives.
Relentless.
Gain a 50% increase to bleed out health instead of, wasn't it 25% before, I believe?
It was still 50%, but that was an
Yeah.
enforcer skill.
I think it was 25 before, actually.
No, it was
I thought
50.
it was.
I swear it was 50.
I'd have to check later. And then, of course, getting down one more time before going to custody. But at least it's bare bones now. You get to start right from the bottom if you want to use that. So now we can live up to 4 times if you want. Of course, it's up to you. Running from death, you reload and swap weapons 100% faster for 10 seconds after getting up.
That's interesting.
So if somebody revives you, you can reload and swap weapons pretty much almost instantly in 10 seconds.
You move 30% faster for 10
30%
seconds.
faster.
10 second. 10 second. That's a typo. 10 second. No! 0 out of 10. It's a typo.
Then we have up you go. You take 30% less damage for 10 seconds after getting up, and then aced, you gain 15% of your maximum health when getting up.
Was that a combat doctor? Combat medic?
Might have been. And then Swan Song. Here it is again. Pretty much the same as it ever was. Yeah, pretty much still the same. Why would you need to change Swan Song? Then we have a new perk called Feign Death. When you get down, you have a 15% chance to instantly get revived, and aced, the chance to get revived is increased by an additional 30%, so there's a 45% chance you can get instantly revived.
In 9 lives, when it was a ghost skill, it was only 35. Now it's 45. That's a high chance.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Not fantastic in any way, but again, you gotta make it balance somehow. And then, of course, you have Messiah, which is no longer Pistol Messiah.
And you don't have 3 charges, you only have 1.
Yeah. While in Bleed Out, you are instantly revived if you kill an enemy, so that's with any weapon, but you only have 1 charge. So yeah, you kill an enemy with any weapon, you have your 1 charge, and you're instantly revived.
And your Messiah charge
and then aced, your Messiah charge is replenished whenever you use a Doctor Bag.
So solo louding is much easy. Might be much, well...
Yeah, it might be easier now, since it isn't restricted to just pistols, and while you may not have 3 charges, having 1 charge all by itself, when it's required, when you're just all by yourself, all alone, and you're surrounded by a crap ton of enemies, this could be a heavily useful perk now.
Pretty nice.
With any weapon now, that's good. Then we have martial arts, the usual stuff. You take 50% less damage, and you're 50% more likely to knock down enemies with a melee strike, so that's pretty much combined. Bloodthirst,
Whoa.
Every kill you get will increase your next melee attack damage by 100%, up to a maximum of 300%. This effect gets reset when striking an enemy with a melee attack. And then aced gives, whenever you kill an enemy with a melee attack, you will gain a 50% increase in reload speed for 10 seconds.
Holy cow!
So you can melee somebody when you kill them, and then get an increase in reload speed.
Dude, could you imagine that was Sociopath?
Oh my god. Then we have Pumping Iron, of course, the usual stuff. Melee attacks against non-specials, and then specials, they do the same. Counter-Strike, when charging a melee weapon, you can counterattack enemies that try to strike you, knocking them down. The knockdown does not deal any damage. And then, of course, Cloakers. Gain the ability to counterattack Cloakers and their kicks. Usual stuff. Then we have Berserker. What have they done with the Berserker exactly? The lower your health, the more damage you do. When your health is below 50% now, not 25, but 50%,
holy cow!
You will do up to 250% more melee and saw damage. And aced, the lower your health, the more damage you do. When your health is below 50%, you will do up to 100% more damage with ranged weapons as well.
It's the same.
Note does not apply to grenade launchers, obviously. And entering Berserker state negates regeneration effects.
That's actually wrong, because I've used muscle with Berserker. Not here, but like before.
Regeneration effects still work?
They still worked.
Perhaps a typo, or perhaps an oversight by Overkill. We'll see about that in the future. And then finally, we have Frenzy. You start at and cannot heal above 30% of your maximum health. You also take 30% less health damage, and healing is reduced by 75%. And then aced, health damage taken is now reduced by 50%, and healing is reduced by 50%.
So, this Berserker aced with Fusion Frenzy?
Oh my. And that's exactly why they have the perk, so it'll be used alongside Berserker for extra damage output. That's basically it.
So you want to loud something? Like Overkill or something with these new skills?
Alright, hold on.
So, what do you think so far?
Oh my. An incredible revamp for sure. I just gotta really think about what I really want to go with, but I mean, already right off the bat, you can just be like, boom, 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 boom. Here you
Dude,
go.
in my stealth build, I have 11 points available, and I have a saw, doctor,
Alright.
body bags, and I have silent drill. Holy crap.
Oh, and a bit disappointing, there is no confirmed dialogue box anymore.
Confirmed. Oh.
So there used to be a confirmed dialogue box.
Well,
to be
that's
able to
good,
select
because
items.
the dialogue box was annoying.
Yeah, the dialogue box was annoying, which means it'll
There
be a lot
was
faster
a
to be
mod.
able to
There
get skills.
was a mod for that.
Yeah, I actually had that mod.
Yeah, so did I.
But for those of you who accidentally click on things and didn't want them and wasted their money, nothing you can really do there. But at least it gives an easy indication of what you can actually get.
Yeah. So
There's
what do
definitely
you?
a lot we can get here.
So what do you want to do?
Hold on.
I want to get to level 100 because, as you can see, it actually requires you to get to level 100.
But at least it actually gives you an indication of how much you have until you can get to the next perk.
By the way, I found a glitch.
Good.
I found a glitch.
You found a glitch, huh?
Yep. So if you have 1 point of skill left and you try to spend it on a skill that requires 1 point, you can't get it. It won't allow you.
Alright, of course.
So we get
Face that Inspire.
Oh, we get sentries already.
So let's see. Basic Endurance. Definitely want that. Go ahead and Ace Endurance there. Why not? 2 converted enemies at the same time. And then Basic Joker. Basic Stockholm Syndrome? I kind of want to try this Ace, actually.
Stockholm Syndrome?
Yeah, Stockholm Syndrome Ace. I want to give that a try and see how that works.
I'm going Joker.
Let's see. I don't think I really need anything for Sharpshooter, even though it'll probably do more damage, but let's see what else I can find here. Of course, I want to go with hardware. Basic Technician, Hardware Expert. Why would you not?
Basic Technician. Oh, hardware. Oh.
I want to get that Kickstarter perk so bad.
Were you
See,
just...
here's your drills. Automatically restart. Drill Sergeant. Might as well ace that. And then ace Kickstarter.
So those were the skills. See you guys next time when we test these things out. Or see you later when we test these skills out.
Yep, this has been Drum Rush.
Crash Rush 104.
And we're out.